all about that contractive quality and the ability to use the breath control we have to space out the inside of our body to create the desired physical experience in life. When we do physical exercise, we tend to think about making big shapes or moving our limbs around our spine. The thing about breath is it is our core. So you want to know which muscles control breath? Let's all sit up, and I want you to inhale sharply through your nose and see how far up into your skull you feel that. Sinuses? You ever jumped in a pool and got the water up your nose? That's about the level of where we start our breath control. Now sit up tall and blow out like you would blow out a birthday candle. Who felt that in their pelvic floor? This is the muscles that can control breath. And because nothing is disconnected in the body, I could pull breath in with my arm. Actually, let me show you. This is a good example because maybe we'll try that. Skeletons don't have armpits. The muscles of your armpit are comprised of the muscles that connect your arms to the front of your body and the back of your body. So if I reach my arm out and I inhale, I am inflating my left lung more than my right? And now I'm going to keep my arm out there and I hiss my breath out. Can you see it stretching my muscles? Oh, it's an ab workout. That's where I think that we can have a lot of fun breathing. And the benefit is that it does give you emotional regulation because you are synchronizing breath with movement, which I think is one of the ultimate goals, is harmony between all of our systems. So let's train for that for a moment. Let's take one just regular inhalation. And as you exhale, feel the ribs and the stomach both go in. Feel the little contraction in the ribs, how it's pulling the interior of your fingers together around your sternum. And your next inhalation, take it into your belly. Don't let your ribs expand. You may even hear there's a different quality in your breath here. And then just exhale and feel what happens beneath your fingers. The movement here isn't because we're choosing to contract muscles. The movement created is because we're pushing air out of our nose and maybe a little our mouth. And then we'll take a double inhalation just into our belly hand. And come up. I'd like us to use gravity as our friends now. And we're going to get into a couple simple tools for lower backs. So if you can stand behind your chairs and just lean, then we're going to have, just push your chairs in together. So I'd like to make sure that everybody can have their backs pitched diagonally forward and your hips are leaning slightly forward too. And now bend your knees just enough that you can relax your bellies. And then let's just pull our bellies in. And if you just, without breath, relax your belly down, let it drop to gravity. And then contract the muscles to pull your spine up. You feel how that also moves your spine, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to fill that shape with breath. Let's take a double inhalation into our bellies. Let gravity pull the breath down. See if you can feel your hips dropping away from your ribs as you fill your lower digestive system with breath. And then inhale that second time and stretch the muscles beside your spine. Yeah, you may find yourself even spreading your legs to widen your pelvic floor. Now we're going to hiss the breath out twice as long as we thought we should. So start to hiss. Notice as your stomach just draws up like a miraculous levitation. And then if you keep on hissing, notice how your ribs get pulled forward, or your hips get pulled forward to your ribs. And there's almost like a crunch at the end, and your back stretches. The hips are tucked under. Inhale into your back to space out again. Drop the stomach out and let the spine lengthen down as you take your second inhalation. And then hiss the breath out. Keep dropping your heels down and leaning forward, and push the air until you feel your stomach contract up into your spine. Stand up, try to keep your stomachs contracted into your spines. And then stand all the way upright with that sensation. And then take an easy breath and let it go. Yeah. So, did anyone begin to notice this, like a stretching that was happening in their lower backs? Yeah. And so this is what most everyone beyond the age of, 30 at best, actually needs, is because we compress into ourselves and we sit so much in the back, and we're not really accessing these muscles in a way that allows for them to expand and contract, right? If you only ever hold your abdomen in, it's like only weight training without stretching. You're not going to build a very healthy body. We don't give this area enough movement. We have waistbands, we have belts, we have a lot of societal expectations and personal expectations around this area in our body. But if we can breathe into it and then contract, you can feel how deeply it goes in. If you're only ever stuck at one range, you never get the benefits of both. So another thing we're going to do now is I'm going to teach you how to breathe just to stretch out your lower backs. We're going to inhale. I'm going to put our finger at the furthest most place that our belly got out. And then we're going to exhale. I'm going to pull our belly away from that. And let's all do that 3 times. Extra bonus points if you hold your breath out for a moment or two before you inhale.
Like where it's going and when I should be going now.
Well, then stay with this first exercise. But you know what? You're going to get the recording, so you can practice again. This is also very normal, but it's a longer conversation. Okay. Exhale, pull it out one last time. And do you feel how when you're pulling your stomach in as a back stretch? Yes. Now take your finger to your belly now. Do not let your belly expand into your finger. Inhale. And feel the breath stretch out your back even more. You're sending it back. Your diaphragm is moving that breath to stretch out the intestines and the lumbar spine and your glutes. Exhale, pull your stomach in more. Right, it's making the face of an angry old man. Hold it backwards. Inhale into your back again. Your legs are going to help. Hiss the breath out. And then gently inhale through your nose. And take a couple of easy breaths. As far as the spine and slip discs go, what you want to do is use your breath to make space. So in your case, and in the case of anybody who has lumbar spine issues, which actually is probably everybody, it's only some people have pain, some people don't. That's, again, a different discussion, tissue damage versus pain. But if you take that shape I showed you, so this shape is taking the weight of your upper body off your lumbar spine. It's also letting your legs just kind of hang. And then if you can focus your breath into it, right, you see how my back is getting longer and it's inflating. Like breath is like packing peanuts for the inside of your body. And then when you exhale, the effort would be to keep the length. So instead of going and contracting, I'm teaching the muscles that live around my spine to maintain the length of the vertebrae and the discs so that they're in right relationship. So when you find that shape and your muscles know the feeling, you keep the length and you contract it in, and then you start to train resilience.